The mountain passes whispered of an approaching storm. One not of thunder or rain, but of steel and fire. In the shadow of the Hindu Kush, soldiers stood on ancient soil, their hearts pounding not just with fear, but with the weight of history. A reckoning was coming. And at its center were two powers destined to clash, Mahmud of Ghazni and the Hindu Shahi dynasty. In the year 1001 CE, the region of Gandhara, modern-day Peshawar, became the stage for a dramatic confrontation that would shape the fate of northern India for generations. At the time, the Hindu Shahis, led by Raja Jayapala, controlled vast territories stretching from Kabul to the Indus River. They had long acted as a buffer against foreign incursions from the northwest, but the tide was turning. Mahmud Ghaznavi, the ambitious ruler of the Ghaznavid Empire, had inherited more than just a throne from his father Sabuktigin. He inherited a dream, an empire that would stretch far into the Indian subcontinent. Mahmud was not merely a conqueror, he was a tactician, a visionary, and a man driven by both political ambition and a religious mission. Jayapala, though aged, was no stranger to war. He had fought Mahmud's father and lost territory, but had survived. Now he gathered his strength once more, calling upon allies and mobilizing a formidable army. Yet beneath his determination lay a deep concern. He was facing a younger, more ruthless adversary with momentum on his side. The armies met near Peshawar, where the plains opened like a battlefield prepared by time itself. Mahmud's forces, though smaller in number, were disciplined and heavily equipped with cavalry and archers skilled in Turkic warfare tactics. Jayapala's troops, though numerous, relied heavily on traditional formations and the valor of individual warriors. Mahmud employed superior mobility and timing. His cavalry executed flanking maneuvers that cut into the Hindu Shahi lines, disrupting cohesion. Arrows darkened the sky as Ghaznavid archers unleashed volley after volley, breaking the morale of their enemies. Despite brave resistance, the Hindu Shahi forces began to falter. Jayapala, seeing the battle turn, made a desperate final push. But it was too late. His forces were encircled, routed, and crushed under Mahmud's relentless advance. Captured and humiliated, Jayapala was forced to surrender. In a tragic and symbolic gesture, he later immolated himself, unable to bear the shame of defeat. The victory at Peshawar marked Mahmud's first major success in the Indian subcontinent and set the stage for his subsequent invasions. Over the next decades, he would lead multiple campaigns deep into Indian territory, plundering cities, destroying temples, and reshaping the region's political and religious landscape. But this battle was more than a military encounter. It was a turning point. It signaled the decline of Hindu Shahi power and the rise of Islamic rule in parts of the subcontinent. It showed how ambition, strategy, and ruthless execution could overcome even the most time-honored defenses. And so, on that blood-stained field near Peshawar, the wheels of history turned. A gate had been breached, not just in the mountains, but in the very soul of a civilization. Empires rise not just on the strength of swords, but on the silence left behind. What fell that day was more than a kingdom. It was a way of life. Mahmud rode back a victor, but the land he left behind would never be the same. The winds that once carried prayers now whispered change, and the echoes of that day still stir in the dust of Peshawar. History did not just record the battle. It remembered the silence that followed. And in that silence, a new chapter began to write itself. History is full of shadows, secrets, and forgotten voices, and we're here to bring them back to life. If this story moved you, imagine what else waits to be uncovered. From ancient fortresses to whispered legends, each tale holds power. So if you crave more journeys into the mysterious and the true, don't forget to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe. because some stories deserve to be told again.